Alrighty, so welcome back. On the last lecture here, we are catching this information, this data from here, right? From the select. Now we're going to do something with it. And remember, this name attribute, this value here, is coming from the values in each of the options. So each of these options have to have some type of value for us to catch it, right? If not, we're going to be catching this and it's going to be empty right here. So we need to provide a value. So the first one is, if it's nothing there, what's going to be the default for this action? What's going to be there? Well, I don't want nothing to be the default, to be honest with you. All right, so we're going to leave that empty. For publish, we're going to just say publish is going to be the value. There we go. Draft, of course, draft without the capital D, and delete is going to be delete. All right, so just to test this real quick, we can echo this out right here, and let's go back to it. Let's check it out. If I click here and I click apply, well, I got to click one of the options, publish, apply, you can see that it is saying that. And if I click draft, you can see that it's changing. All right, so we are receiving those values. Perfect. So now that we got this, we need to do another major thing here. All right, and basically it's a condition. The best way to do this actually is because we only have one variable that we got to check. Remember, this bulk option changes every time that it loops around. You see, every time we select, not loops around, but every time we select one of these, if I select publish, it will have this value right here. And this value is being carried by bulk options. All right, so if I select this one on the select right here, draft, it will have this value. But remember, we are receiving it with the bulk option. So we can use this in a switch statement, because switch statement only they only take one condition, right? We are only comparing one condition against multiple cases. So the switch statement, I think, is a perfect candidate for what we want to do. All right, so what we want to do inside this for each loop, we want to create a switch statement, right? So let's do switch here statement. Let's do this real quick. And what we want to check is this bulk options. So we want to say this bulk options has a case that is equal to something. Remember the case keyword, publish in this case, published. All right, and it does right now. Then we put the colon there. We want to do something with it. Let's put the break there so we don't forget that break keyword. Breaks us. So if it finds this, it doesn't continue doing anything else. Remember that. What we want to do is actually do a query, because if it's selected publish, we want to be able to update that post, right? So if you want to do an update query here, go ahead and do that. All right, pause this video and do it and try to see if you can do it yourself. So we're gonna update post, right? And we're gonna set what? The post status, that's what we're setting right now, equals to what? I'm going to give you a chance so you can do it yourself. You ready? Bulk options. All right, we already have that here. Why not use it, right? So, and we need to make sure that it is related to that specific ID. So we're going to put where post ID equals what? I'm gonna give you another option. What is it? Checkbox value. Remember that? All right, and of course we don't need, remember this is always carrying the ID already. All right, and we can name it differently if you want. We can name it checkbox post ID value if you want, just so it doesn't confuse you. Remember, that's what these bots, that's what we're sending in these bots, and we're sending it right here on this here. You see the post ID right here? That's what we're sending in this array. Every time we click on this select, every time we click on it and we submit the form, we are sending that ID there on that array. So if you want to name it like that, that is fine. Let's, as a matter of fact, let's do that. All right, so let's say post, let's check this, post ID, post value ID. All right, so that way, all right, so I think it's better like this, right? All right, post value ID, or you can say post ID if you want. It's up to you. I just wanted to name it differently there. All right, so once we have that, then we need to send the query in. All right, I'm just organizing my query a little bit there, making sure that everything is fine. Bulk options, where, all right, so it's looking good. Let's just make it bigger so you can see it again. Below here, I'm gonna send the query update publish, update post publish status, update to publish status. All right, and my SQLi. We're gonna do the same thing to the rest of them. So if you want to go ahead and start doing that, you can. Basically, we are going to be making cases, comparing it to publish, draft, delete, and doing the queries depending on what is needed. Connection and then query. All right, so let's go ahead and try this out. I think we are ready to go. Let's just put a $sign there. I'm gonna minimize this a little bit. Update to publish status, and then break. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. Let's make one of these draft. Actually, I think we could have done it from there. Oops. No, we can't do it from there. Let's just make a draft, update post, edit more post. Let's click here and let's click on draft. Actually, we don't have the draft, we only have publish. Well, we can make it publish, I'm sorry, right there. Publish, apply, and it's not doing anything. All right, publish, apply. We need to make sure that we have this spelled correctly. We don't want to make mistakes. So, and then we want to also make sure that this query is being submitted. Because what if this query is failing right now? We don't know that it is failing. We could have any mistake right here. So we want to use that confirm query function. All right, just to make sure that we are not messing this query up. All right. All right, let's check it out. We might have a query mistake somewhere. Publish, apply. You see that? You have an error in your syntax near line this, line 1. That wasn't too much help, was it? All right, so well, at least we know we have a problem right here somewhere. So let's check it out. Post value. All right. So we have update post. We have that good here. Then post status. This is right. Then bulk options, and this is correct actually. Then where post ID, and that looks good to me, equals right here. We need a $sign right there. All right, perfect. That's what we're messing up. See that? That's why it's always good to put that function there that we made, that custom function. So let's try right now, and let's click on publish, apply, and as you can see, it's working. Applaud yourself if you were able to do it with me. Great job. I think we are doing something really nice, right? So we can also, let's do this real quick, and let's make this draft. Did we make a draft there? Okay. Edit more post. Let's make this one draft too. And let's try both of them at the same time, right? And publish. Boom! Look at that. Beautiful. All right. So next we're going to be adding some more functionality, some more queries, and then I think at the end we're going to add the functionality, some JavaScripts here, so you can select everything at the same time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this lecture. It was a pleasure like always, and I see you on the next one. Take care.